here on the LDM Show. Last week we were doing the 80s. This week we're doing the 90s. So stay tuned. We're going to hit movies, music, candies, probably everything from the 90s right here on the LDM Show.
He's got my heart beating louder than a gunshot. Smokes out the barrel and the handpiece is burning hot. He's got me, he's guilty of loving me in the first degree. Such a criminal after my own heart. He's in my mind like a thief sneaking through the dark. He's got me.
Hey.
Right. Hey, is the Fat Albert. Hey, it's the 90s, even though the Fat Albert was like 70s, 80s.
Hey.
But how you guys are doing? Welcome to the LDM Show. It is 90s night. You know, I was thinking about it like the other day. We could be doing like a whole month of the past.
Good.
Every week is a different thing. We can do a whole hour of music.
Right now is the best time because nobody really wants to deal with 2025.
Yeah, I don't. This is my escape from.
Yeah, it's nice to have those member berries.
Can we call it reality or something? You know, our
Nostalgia,
escape. Yeah. We don't want it. We don't need it. We don't want it.
Yeah, let's just remember the good old times.
Yeah, but I was
when
thinking.
America was great.
I was like, you know what? We could have done a week of music. The next week we could have done TV shows. The next we can pretty much. Yeah, the LDM from the past. And then last week's show, I don't know why, but I went home. I started watching old stuff.
See?
I was like watching a little old here. Yeah. I watched a little bit of Albert Costello. I started watching more Honeymooners. You know, like the lost episodes.
Brings you back.
Yeah.
And why not? You know?
It did bring me back. It bring me way back. I even watched, even though they don't hardly have it on TV, the Hanna-Barbera stuff, like He-Man and stuff like that.
Boomerang.
Well, Boomerang you got to pay for, and they, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Cartoon Network, man.
And Cartoon Network don't even give that much stuff. I don't think they give Hanna.
No more.
I think Hanna is only Boomerang.
Just separate.
I don't even know if Boomerang is still out there. If anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah.
Because once they gave out the free, I never went back in. I was like, hey, that's not for me. Yeah. But then, you know, there was a lot of good things from last week's show that I was like,
like what?
I got it. Like the music. I started listening to more music.
Yeah, me too.
I put on, it was on Odyssey, soft rock music.
Yacht rock.
Yeah, it was reminding me of when I used to walk around with the big CDs and stuff.
Some old Hall & Oates.
Oh, my God, yes. You know. And they played the old Ring Around Your Finger from the Police. I was like, wow. People nowadays will hear that song and be like, yeah, that was P. Diddy. No, it wasn't.
P. Diddy.
No, it wasn't. That's the Police. That's why P. Diddy had to pay for all that money. Because he kept stealing people's songs. And playing
it was popular.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was your top song from those days?
Oh my God.
From the 90s.
I don't know. Probably Rump Shaker. I don't know why I just started that.
Oh my God. She said zoom with a boom.
Because I was like 7 or something watching that video, and my jaw dropped.
Oh my God.
There was nothing like that really. That was the beginning of.
Yep.
Of the thongs and the butts and the boobs and all of that, and from there it wouldn't stop.
I thought we were.
I love that song.
I hear the word 90s, but when she said
I don't know why that popped into my head. I'm thinking of the beach and I'm thinking of colors.
These days they call it twerking. We were calling it the rum to the zoom. Just shake it up. Remember that?
Love that song.
But
yep.
You did hit a
I think of the old rap. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
I think of like
LL Cool J
the Far Side. I think of like Black Sheep and you know.
Yeah, because those are
when that train goes off the track, pick it up. Hey,
you know. But those, I think, even though hip hop came out in the '80s, you know what I'm saying? Like it was started, but in the '90s, I think it really. You know, like with Mama's Gonna Knock You Out and all this other stuff.
Yeah, it really took hold of everybody.
But the 90s really kicked in with rock and soft rock.
Like
if you think about it, like Police, Aerosmith,
True.
Bon Jovi, they all were coming out. Like the long hair, soft
you had the
rock
grunge and
was coming out, and it pushed heavy metal to the side.
right. Heavy
You
metal
know?
did get pushed to the side.
Because the only person I can really think of heavy metal that made an impact was Kiss.
Or Metallica.
Metallica,
maybe.
but Metallica
It's
was
still
rock. They didn't
yeah,
really call
they
them
still
heavy
not
metal.
heavy metal.
Yeah, they didn't call them heavy metal, but because Metallica was Enter the Sandman, but that was my thing right there. That was my thing. You know, but there was good songs. I'm gonna name you the top 5 that
Okay.
they
okay.
said.
I see you got my song number 1. Here we go.
Okay, but I'm going with 5 first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 5 first.
Right.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg,
Nothing
nothing
but
but
a
a G
G
thing,
thing.
baby.
That's
Got
what-
me
the beach.
crazy. You know what I'm
Long
saying?
Beach. Yeah.
Yo, that was when Snoop Dogg was really high because if that
was
song,
brand new.
that song he was like all smooth. Yeah, nothing but a G thing, baby. Like like
Yeah.
he couldn't even. No, but that song was the thing, man. That it came in number 5 for 1990. So this is not me.
Oh, yeah?
This is the Billboard
Nice.
said it. Number 4, which I never heard, Bikini Kill, Rebel Girl.
I feel like we know the song. You know,
It came
There's
out in
so
93.
many one-hit wonders in the 90s.
In 93 it came out. Maybe that maybe was a one-hit wonder.
Like you don't know the name of the band, the name of the song, but you know that song.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Huh.
Well, I was gonna tell the engineer. I'm gonna have to look this up. I should have done that. I should have done my due diligence and looked it up before I got here. But you know how things go.
We
you
get
know.
to see you live.
But yeah, we're live, right? I'm right now telling people if they know.
So
I'm tagging people that I think would know this song. So, my sister won't know Jack. She wasn't really listening to music in the 80s and 90s. But we're gonna find out right here. I'm sending it to them. But number
3.
3, Biggie, baby, was with more money, more problems.
Yeah.
And
97.
that in 97, that came like the theme of everybody. You got more money, you got more problems. You know what I'm saying?
Diana Ross got no credit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she got paid.
You stealing songs
You know,
from other people.
She
I don't
didn't
know.
get really, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to give. Because I heard Biggie stole a couple people's songs.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Which ones? You know? That'd be interesting.
Double check. I don't want to say all their names and I get it wrong. It maybe be conspiracy. I
Wouldn't
don't
they
know.
have sued them?
Well, it's the background beats and everything.
Yeah,
if you
but
think about it, a
still.
lot of the background beats, and not that he took a famous person's song. He was taking songwriters and not giving them
Oh,
credit.
okay. That's even worse, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's somebody else's lyrics.
Yeah.
That means
So-
you're not original.
And they played one song where the person was singing that same song, but check it out. I don't want to be all right. Right here, here go Rebel Girls. Let's see. Maybe we know it. Maybe we know it. Maybe we don't. But yeah, I got to lower down the volume. The ads. I don't have that premium thing. Let's see. All right, let me fast forward it. Nope. Nope. Oh, it's a soundtrack.
So what?
I don't know. It says soundtrack here, right? So-
The punk singer.
The Punk Sing, the original movie soundtrack
heard of that.
to, and it doesn't say what to. Great.
Next.
Thank you. Next. I don't know how you got to number 4, but anyway, number 2.
93 was a lonely year.
Number 2, Blackstreet with No Diggity in
That
1996.
was the one with the puppets, right?
Was it? I never seen the video of it. But that ain't that No Diggity, No Doubt, right? Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't. Oh.
That was the cheesiness.
Wow, that was number 2, huh?
Yeah. And
Of
then
all the
number
90s.
1, I'll let you say the number 1.
Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yes.
I grew up on that song because we had MTV and I watched it a lot.
That, I think, is why it became so famous. MTV put a lot of songs on the top that we would have probably missed on the radio.
Yeah.
You know? And this was one of them. You know,
MTV was hella popular in the 90s.
Nevada period was good.
Yeah.
Hola Rosa is the 90s. What you were doing in the
Hola,
90s,
Rosa.
Rosa? What were you doing?
What were you doing?
Huh? What was your favorite part
Were
of
you
the
on
90s?
the internet?
Right? What was your favorite part of the 90s? But
You got
Nevada,
mail.
come on. Entertaining. I don't want to say the whole song because I might get sued, but you know, right? Oh, that was another one. Oh my God, yo, Nevada, you know, let him rest in peace, but he was
Yeah.
beyond his time.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that he at least gave us that music before he go.
Definitely.
But out of these 5, I can say number 4. I don't know how it got there.
Yeah, I'm curious.
But
about
what
that.
is your other 90s?
90s music?
Yeah, like you like. Like I said, I was into rock. I was into rock and country.
Well, I
So-
know TLC was big. Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna was getting a little big on there. I'm surprised that she's not in these top 5. But she was in the
She's
top 10.
Mostly 80s, but she was really 90s
Yeah.
too.
No, but she was. I guess she was more 80s because.
Yeah, maybe more late 80s. right?
Yeah, you know, Sin and all that other
a
one that she
Virgin.
sang, yeah, like Virgins and all that. I think that was more 80s.
Mhm.
So that's probably why she's not in the 90s group.
Definitely. I'm trying to think who was in the 90s. Of course, you got the beginning. No, was Destiny Child late 90s or was it 2000?
Nah, 2000.
Don't forget about your girl, Mariah.
Yeah, thank you.
Whose girl?
Because I can't even think, you know.
Whose girl?
Mariah
mine.
Carey.
Ain't mine.
A young Mariah from Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
From Long
Oh, I'm sorry. This was from the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
These were the list
That
of
was
the
a big magazine.
of the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, that was a big
Top
go-to.
50. And look who Fuzzy was the Flashlight.
I don't know.
94, I don't know. 49 was Bendito. Britney Spears sometime.
That's what I was thinking of. Christina Aguilera. No,
Yeah.
that was still 2000.
Right. But I'm gonna go down. So I gave you the
Help
top
me out.
top 5. I'm gonna try to give
I'm
you
like drawing a blank when it comes to 90s.
the
for
90s
whatever
music,
reason.
right? Let us know. But here we go. Number 6, I gave you the 5, right?
Hey, come on, guys,
Drake.
help us out.
Number 6, Pavement, Good Sounds, 94. Never heard of them. See, this is what I'm saying. Rolling Stones, I don't know who you.
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott with The Rain on number
I
7.
Can't stand the rain. Her in that suit. Everybody's like, what is
97.
Yes.
Pope, Common People. Why that sound so? But in 95, he hit number 8, whoever that
this?
is.
95 was an interesting year.
Live, where's
Liz Fair.
F and Run, 93. Okay. And
You
number
might know
10,
that, No
TLC.
Scrubs.
No Scrubs in 99. So those were the top 10s of 90s. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
And if you go to Rolling Stones top 90s, they'll give you the top 50s of the 90s. So, you know, you can check them out.
Yeah.
But this is where I got all my list from the movies, from everything that
Hey,
we're going to talk about.
Ronaldo.
Renato, ¿cómo está? I hope I see you Saturday, este sábado, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., guys. We'll be here. I'm signing my books. So you can get to meet her, and Latino Juido is going to be here, too, taking photos with them, too, as well. But the 50s, and Renato, we're talking about the 90s right now.
Top music charts.
And those top 50s, I looked at some of them, like the 25, 26. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are pop, hip-hop, and rock.
That was really what it was.
There was hardly no R&Bs in there.
Yeah, no. R&B wasn't. I mean, you do have Luther. Luther, I think, did.
Yeah, but Luther was
That
not
was
in the
80s.
90s, was it?
I think
Well,
Luther was.
no, nobody
90s
really liked
too.
the Skinny Luther.
Skinny Luther was 90s.
Nobody really liked the Skinny Luther. They liked
Yeah,
the
I
Big
saw
Luther.
his documentary.
Yeah, they liked the Big Luther. He made real good songs when he was Big Luther.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but all his songs are pretty good. I like his songs. Come on now.
Who else?
But if you guys know
Hold
any
on,
90s.
isn't Whitney like 90s?
Band Whitney.
Whitney? Whitney was in the 90s?
Yes.
I would
What's-
say so. Like
80s
the,
and 90s.
Yeah.
Because
I think she was in the 80s.
90s was Bobby Whitney, you know? She was
I
still.
think Aaliyah, 24.
Oh, yes.
Aaliyah was on 24. I'm trying to see if there was
Aaliyah.
Whitney out here. But I
Aaliyah.
think Whitney was in the 80s. Her
Yeah?
song was still being played in the 90s.
I want to dance with somebody that's 80s. But
Yeah.
The I
she's-
Will Always Love You, I think
the,
is the 90s.
the Bodyguard was 90s.
Yeah, so see, they use
That was
I Will
major.
Always Love You.
Bodyguard took her here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Foxy Brown was 32? Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say Lil' Kim.
In Vogue. Oh, that's why
Yeah.
she was not Beyonce yet, right?
In Vogue.
In Vogue, Don't Let Go.
Yeah.
That was 34. That was 34. That was Beyonce, right?
To your love.
En Vogue is Beyonce? No.
No.
Oh no, Destiny Child
Destiny
is
Child.
Beyonce.
Come on.
I'm not a big
Come on.
B person. Shirley Curl.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Babyface. Was
No,
out.
she's not even in here, and I'm up to closer
Toni
to 40s.
Braxton, maybe. Those 90s. I think late 90s it started to get popular.
Big
with
Punt
R&B.
was on 40. Okay,
Big Punt?
but this is Rolling Stone, so I don't really think they really hit too much pop and R&B.
No, I would say they're a little bit more biased. with
Yeah,
the-
they more towards the rock and because like Ace of Base, Ace of Base,
Yeah, you're starting to.
The Sign,
Remember?
42.
Wait. Oh my God. What's. God. What's the name of that? The.
Oh, your girl Little Kim was on 45 with Crush on You.
Yeah.
Losing My Religion, REM.
Yeah.
REM didn't even hit it. Even Selena hit number 47 in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, Selena.
Nope. No Whitney, no REM.
That's
Not the top 50s.
What's the name of
Wow.
that group? The B-52s.
Not even B-52 hit the 90s.
Can't remember
And
the
none
name.
of the big rockers were more 80s, you know, John Bon
What about
Jovi and all of
who
them.
sang "Groove Is in the Heart"?
Oh, Groove is in the heart. Hey. I don't even know the name. I just know the song. But
D-Light.
D-Light. Okay. Okay. But that you
She's
know.
Homeless. Remember She's Homeless?
Yo, but they had some good songs.
Club songs were the man. House
Yeah.
music.
House music all
House
night
music
long.
was nice in the 90s.
House music
yeah.
all night long. Say
Yeah.
what? Hey. So yeah, there was some good music in the 90s. So we hit the little top 50s right there, real quick.
Aerosmith.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I want to make sure. Maybe you
He likes
put a
to
little
hear
bit.
himself.
No, make sure put a little bit more volume on that. But we hit the songs.
Movies.
Even before movies. I want to go with some tech because, like you said, when Rosa popped up, where you were on the website.
Yeah, I was.
In the 90s, these are the
Get
five
off the
techs.
phone. Yeah.
These were the 5 techs that came out in the 90s. The top 5. Number 5, Tamagotchis.
Oh yeah, I got one now.
You still got one?
Well, no, not from back then, but
Oh. I thought you had
I
the old.
remember that.
it came in a.
Mine's always died.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to feed it.
I lost interest very quickly.
You know, I left it
In
home,
the
go to
Philippines,
school.
it was such a big craze.
Be crying.
Yeah, crying.
Yep.
Do you know what a Tamagotchi
Poop
is?
thing coming on the screen. You should get him one.
My son looked at me like, what? It was a little toy that you have to feed it.
I'll bring mine.
You have to water it. You have to change it, whatever it wants.
Yep.
It's like a little kid. And it's in the keychain, so you walk around some. And then
Exactly.
you hear him cry. You go, what you want? Oh, you want to play? And then you press play. And then, oh, you want to eat? You got to feed
Yeah,
him.
bathe it,
Yep.
Yeah. It was a little kid. It was a little
gets
kid.
and
dirty.
it goes on your keychain. So
Yep. It was, everybody was getting one, but everybody never lasts because they always used to kill them. We don't got time. We're playing baseball outside. You know,
yes, you
I'm
gotta
playing
watch
tag.
it.
My kid is crying, and
forgot
I'm
about your little baby, your little egg baby.
Yep. I'm playing freeze tag, and he's crying. I can't move. You got to wait. You just died. That's it. I'll
The
start again.
Tamagotchis remind me of what Pokemon is now.
Yeah.
It kind of turned into.
Yeah. And then number 4, of course, for the business people and then the drug addicts took it. The drug dealers, Palm Pilot.
Because you had to look like you were busy and
You had to
stuff
look like you
going
were special. You see the
what
girl?
am I doing tomorrow?
Oh, Saturday. Let me check my Palm Pilot.
Nothing in here.
Yeah, I can fit you in.
Just phone numbers.
Fit you in between what? In between the Saturday cartoons or the movies? Like what? You ain't doing nothing.
Oh,
But you had to
man.
look, you had to, then you pull out that little pencil on the side.
Oh my God! It did nothing though.
You
It
had
was an effort just to get it to write the right letter.
You had to be all hard with it and delete. It didn't even write the right letter or nothing.
Man,
Hey, listen, for you guys that don't know,
we didn't have touch screens.
we didn't have it. We had to use the pen back in the days.
We had buttons.
And then number 3 is something that we were talking about last week.
Oh,
We were
my
talking about
Lord.
CDs
They were
and
about
then
this
cassette
big
player.
at least.
Well, MP3 players came out.
About
Well, there
this
was small.
big.
There was some smaller ones
Yeah.
too.
So eventually it got like half.
Right. But MP3s
They,
came out.
what was the popular iPod Nanos were like.
No, when MP3s came out, it was good because now you could put like 100 or something.
That's when Apple just took that whole thing and monopolized it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take this and
Because from cassette, what cassette? You could get like
iPods.
10 or 20 on a cassette. On a CD, you
Songs?
might get 15 songs on a CD.
maybe.
But then the MP3 player came out, you had like 100 and something songs. that
100,
you could-
yep.
You know, so
And
it
then
was.
it's very small too.
Yep,
So
they had the small ones and everything. So it
No
was pretty
CDs.
cool. It was pretty cool. And then, they advanced it with putting it on the side for runners and doing all this other stuff. So that was, I think,
That was
one of the top.
like before cell phones, because that was
Yes, yes, it was.
like a mesh between everything we got now.
Yeah.
You know, the
Well,
Palm Pilot.
it was before cell phones had the music stuff that in
Yeah.
the phones. But they had, because number 2 was mobile phones.
Nokia's.
And you notice how they call it mobile phones.
Yeah.
We didn't call it cell phones back in the days. It was mobile phones.
Yeah.
Car bag phones, because I had one of those bag phones. So I was out doing that. I was doing good. I was doing good.
You had the big Motorola one with the antenna like that.
Oh man, the gray one?
My dad had
The
one.
gray one, you're like this? Hold
Yeah.
up. Yo, can you hold this side for me?
Yeah.
That thing's so big.
It's
Hold up.
heavy.
Hold up. Yeah.
Then they had the bottom that flipped, but you still had to pull out the antenna at the top.
You're like this.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
man. You
It's
thought
coming,
you were
it's
so cool.
The antenna looked like it hits third floor or something, and you like this.
Right.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, man? You couldn't even hide those big phones.
No, you couldn't.
They were so big.
Right?
I was
You
trying-
wanted people to see it.
I was trying to look on the background to see if we had one, but no. But they were big phones. They had a big one. Then the car bag phone, it was like a big
It was like
pocketbook.
one of those things they do to go on the pole.
Pocketbook, yeah. click. You're clicking it to test out the lines or something.
Right.
That's how big
That's
those
the
phones
cable
were.
man's phone, right?
Oh my God, these phones back in the days was crazy.
Mm.
Then the number one, of course, and it has gotten bigger and
Dial-up.
bigger, was the World Wide Web.
We don't even call it that.
www. And it was not even called the internet yet.
No.
It was called www. You actually had to type in stuff. And I remember at that time, people were buying web addresses just to buy it.
Like domains?
Yeah, they were just buying it because they knew that you only once the
Yeah.
company, once Microsoft and all of them said you only can have one per company. People, the smart ones with the money, and the smart ones without couldn't buy nothing. But the smart ones went and they started buying. Like Coca-Cola had to pay almost $1 million for a .com because someone brought Coca-Cola.com.
Wow. So they had to buy it from them.
There was a couple of companies like that where they paid, and $1 million back in the 90s, that's a lot.
I wish I had the foresight now to.
So if I can go back, I'm buying a bunch because now I know a lot of people are like, oh, but there's .net, there's a
Right,
Z.
yeah, but
They didn't have that back in the days. It was only
and
.com.
if they did, you didn't want it. You
No,
know?
everybody
Yep.
wanted .com.
Yeah.
.com was the thing because you didn't have to question it. Check me out on Coca-Cola. That's it.
Yeah.
They already knew you had to put .com.
Right.
So then when .net came out, which for networking, and then they
Org.
.org for
there's another
businesses, for organizations.
Yep.
That's when they started coming out. But when they
.gov.
first came out, it was .com.
Everything was .com.
Many people buying all this from Coca-Cola. McDonald's was another one that had to pay.
I didn't know.
WWF changed their name to WWE. They had to because WWF wanted their name back. But they
World
didn't-
Wildlife.
World
But they had to buy their domain name from them. It was a war going on with domain
Yep.
names. Once they did the .net and all that, people was like, whatever. You got Coca-Cola.com? Okay, I just put .net. I'm good.
And
You know
now
what I mean?
people just buy temporary websites and
that's
just
it.
to make something silly like John Oliver.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
And then that's it. Oh.
And
But they'll-
also numbers, like vanity numbers, people are keeping it. So my work is like telecom. So someone is selling an 800 number, so like 800 telecom, which is a really good number. Now
Yeah.
they're asking people like our company to bid for it.
Right.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Listen, I think technology in those days, like I was raised and born in the places where we seen first technology of everything that we're doing now.
Yeah.
Before it came out.
Right.
So we had the privilege to see it.
Test it out.
Some of our parents had the ability to see where they went from black and radio TV to black and white TV to a color TV.
Color TV.
So at least they got to
HD.
see. They haven't. Some of them probably never seen what a LCD TV is, you know. But at least they were there from the growth of it.
Yeah.
We were there from the growth of web to internet. Because
Supercomputers, computers that took up the whole room.
to a little tiny.
That's how it was
Hard
in the
drive.
70s.
Yep.
Because I remember database. I was afraid to get a database because my mind was still back in the days. And then when I looked it up, I'm like, oh wait, the database is this small and holds about good 1,000 gigs. You know what I mean? Like, so. And then now they got the cloud database.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
people still learning about the
Everything
cloud.
now is in the cloud.
I'm trying to get my grandma hip to the cloud. You know, she
Well, I
has.
tried mine, but my grandmother was like, no, but if it rains, what happens?
Like, all right.
If it's dark cloud,
I'll
what's
walk
gonna
you
happen?
through it. We're gonna walk you through it.
See, I lost all my data. I'll be like, why? He says,
Right.
because the news people said it's not going to be cloudy no more. You know, these are the things that you have to show the old people, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I-
But you got to keep up with technology.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine, you know, like you really do.
It
It's
changes
a
so,
matter of
so much.
survival.
Changes so much, you know. Like today, we were just testing out some of our equipment, and we noticed, okay, now we got to update our
Yeah.
whole computer system
Yeah.
because now we
not
got
compatible.
4K cameras.
Yeah.
We got direct
You gotta
mics that
upgrade
are.
the accessories. That's
So-
what, I mean, like, okay, when my phone was stolen, I didn't have nothing. All my information, my IDs, everything's in there, you know, like, there's nothing you can do with all your personal
Hey,
information.
Apollonia.
Hey, credit cards.
We're talking about, of course, the 90s.
The 90s.
So we're right now talking about some tech. So I know Apollonia knows
The
a lot
evolution
about.
of tech and how we're attached to the cell phones now because all our information's in it. And
Yeah, I can remember the little cassettes that you see there. That little cassette. Oh my God.
you take a pencil and turn it.
Why is it right when I wanted to show somebody the song, the tape gets all tangled in it? And then you
You ever
gotta.
see those tapes that are in the street, like they're all messed up? Man.
Yeah. We had some good technology starting at that time. Who would have known it would have blew up to this, you know? So it was
Nobody.
crazy.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, Chad, how's it going? I see
Nobody.
him. The YouTube is blowing up on here. But technology in the 90s started off a lot of this stuff, even with the games and stuff like
The
that.
games? Are you kidding me?
It was crazy.
Like that was me. Game Boy, the first Game Boy, the big gray thing, Tetris
Yep.
about this big, 3 inches thick. The screen was only green, and Tetris was it. That's it.
That's it.
For a while, like a year.
We had the little blocking the ball.
Oh yeah.
And we had
Pong.
the game system, and then they had the football. You play the football, and there was only a little dot. The sound effects too. We had the weirdest sound effects back in those days. You know,
They were not realistic. Nintendo, you know.
Oh my God! When Nintendo first came out, they wanted Mario to be the thing. It wound up to be Duck Hunt.
You right?
Duck Hunt. Everybody
You
was
had to buy
put
the
Duck
gun.
Hunt.
You had to buy the accessory.
Oh my God! It was and you're looking. Boop. I still have VCR tapes. Oh my God! And a
What? Wait.
cassette player.
Wait, you're not gonna convert them yet?
Oh my God! They still converting them into DVDs and hard drives.
Yeah.
So, but that's crazy. VCR tapes and all that was like.
Yeah. That's a lot of space, Apollonia.
Now Apollonia talking about VCR tapes. That bring me back to Blockbusters.
Oh yeah,
VHS
Blockbuster.
tapes.
Remember Blockbusters?
It was magical just trying to go pick up, you know,
Your
you
parents.
get one.
My mom used to always get mad. Come back from Blockbuster. Who was it? I'm like, what? I had to pay $2 extra. Who didn't rewind the VCR tape?
Then you had to buy a rewinder.
Because if you didn't rewind the VCR tape, you had to pay $2 extra.
That took time.
because nobody wanted to rewind it because they thought by rewinding it on your VCR would mess up the VCR.
But it kind of did mess up the tracking. Like if you rewound it too much.
Too much, yeah.
You know,
So
you
you had to
start get those lines in there.
Listen,
Man.
but that was the tape, not the VCR itself.
True.
The VCR didn't never mess up. The VCR tape you could not play over and over and over again, and they didn't notice that until when VCR started going down.
Remember Columbia House?
I still owe them. I took 10 CDs for a penny.
They would always send CDs and
Who
expect you
told-
to just pay. Like
Who told you to send me the 10
I didn't
CDs?
ask for this, but okay.
I did it one time, testing it out. Okay, 10 for a penny. Send the penny in, you send the 10 your list, and then you're supposed to buy 4 within the year at regular price. No,
Yeah.
I also have the VCR player.
VHS.
I was like, there's a lot of us that still didn't pick out 4 from Columbia House. We just took the 10 for the penny, and we never even, that's why probably they went out of business.
That is why. That's exactly why.
It froze?
Super NES, Genesis. I had Sega.
I also had a double cassette player. Okay.
The cassette player. Yeah. You got to be able to record on it too.
What, on the double cassette players?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So you can record your songs like we were
Yeah.
talking about
Even the double.
from the radio.
Oh,
Pay-per-views.
Genesis and
Yeah.
Stoke pay.
You had to have the
per-view for
cheat box for the
Oh, my God.
pay-per-view.
Yes.
You know?
I remember that.
Fight nights.
No, I remember paying $50 for the guy to go upstairs so I can get all the pay-per-views.
Damn.
And then they used to send, what was it, the bullet or something, and it messes up everybody's stuff. They had to start at scratch. Boy,
They got hip to it.
this,
A-track.
this one here is showing all the age. I
You're
also have an
showing your age.
A-track.
A-track. That's before me. I'm sorry.
But
A-track.
yeah, that was back in the days. I don't even know how they put that big track in there. My uncle was like, "Boy, give me that 8-track right there." I'm like, "What? That big
A-track
box
didn't
right
last too long though, because
nah.
they went straight to VHS.
there." Yeah.
You know.
But let's hit
Took
some things that we're probably gonna like.
What's that?
The movies.
All right.
Now the 80s and 90s were the best time for movies because of soundtracks and everything. But the 90s started hitting to me more action and
Yeah.
more horror and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you got Top Gun and Mission Impossible stuff.
Yes. But before we hit
Jurassic Park.
what movies you guys liked in the 90s, I'm going to tell you what they said was the top 5 in the 90s. Coming in number 5, we don't talk about this. Right now, we don't talk about Bruno. But back in the 90s, we don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah. What happens in Fight Club, stay in Fight Club. Nobody talk about. And that movie.
That was a good movie. You
Listen,
didn't know.
if you haven't watched it, too bad. I'm going to spoil it for you. But who knew that was all his imagination?
Yeah, that's the best part. It wasn't predicted. You know.
That was kind of crazy. That was him beating himself up.
And it made you want to watch it again.
Yeah, because I was pissed.
Right?
I was pissed that I
It was
didn't.
bad.
I
It
was
got
pissed
over
I
on you.
didn't get all the clues. Like I didn't see none
Those
of the
are the
clues.
movies I like. Like I can't predict it.
And then the funny part about it is when I seen it on TV. So now I got pissed. So now I had to go down and rent it.
Rent it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you seen it already, but you gotta rent it again.
Yeah, my 8-track player is built
Oh,
at
your
my
head
old
was
bedroom
in.
set. Wow.
You had a water bed, Apollonia?
He probably did. Apollonia
We
was
sitting on the edge like, ouch.
Oh yeah, popping that 8-track.
Water beds. Remember water beds? Oh,
Oh,
my.
my brother had one, and he was like,
You could never sit on the edge.
Why you sitting on my bed for?
You either lay on that or get off. You're not sitting on the edge.
You're not sitting. All the water come out, putting legs, arms, and stuff to top the holes and stuff.
And
Like,
don't have a leak.
right. Get the duct tape. Hurry up. Get the duct tape.
No.
No, but yeah, nobody talks about Fight Club. So if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Number 4, which I have not seen the whole movie yet.
Really? From the beginning to end, you mean?
Nope. From
You
the
always
beginning to the
catch it?
middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen it from the
The
beginning
Shank
to
Shot
the end.
Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank.
Yeah.
It was all about prison stuff, and
Andy Dufresne and what was Morgan's name?
what I was gonna say Morgan was no, but Morgan was the co-star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was his name? I
I don't remember. That's why I said I have to see this again because I really never watched it the whole thing.
Every time it comes on TV, I do end up sitting and watching it for a little bit.
Okay.
It's hard to turn from, you know?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Number 3 came out, Goodfellas.
Oh, God.
Come on, I told you, the
I
90s.
watched that over and over.
Goodfellas.
And not from the beginning to the end. I'll always catch it somewhere. And continue watching it to the end.
Goodfellas was another good movie in the 90s.
If you haven't seen that, watch that.
Yeah. That's and Godfather. Godfather came out in 2000? No? Or 90s?
I think the 90s.
So why is that on the
80s,
top
right?
5? Oh, we didn't do the top 5s in the
80s.
Right? Okay.
Godfather came out in the 80s, I want to say. The late 89 or 90. Had to.
Let me see. Top movies of the 80s. It better be in one of the 80s or 90s because, goodness gracious, that thing at all times was like
Godfather,
Dream.
yeah. Godfather 2, I think, 90s.
No.
300
no.
VH. What are you going to do with all of
It's
it?
not even in the top 5.
Apollonia, what are you going to do with 300 VHS tapes?
Oh my God.
You're going to donate them? Or
And 299 of porn.
you're going to sign it over to you in your will?
Sign it. And not even in the 90s. I mean the 80s.
What,
Godfather was not top 5. Was not even on the top
But it
5.
came out in late 80, right?
Probably, but it should have been in the 90s
One
top
of them.
5 at
One
least.
of
That's my top 5.
Casino.
Nope. Oh man, number 9 came out was Lost Boys in the 80s. Oh my God. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about the 80 movies after this one. Because there's 2 of them that I love that was in there. But what we up to? Number 2,
Number
The
two.
Big.
Lebowski.
What movie was?
Remember the bowling movie? I don't really remember exactly what it's about, but John Goodman was in it, and what's his name was in it, and he had on a robe, and he's like,
Charlie guessed it. Yeah, 299 porn.
yeah.
Oh, I never heard of it. So, but it's number 2. Maybe I seen it.
I feel like
and
you would
don't-
like it.
Yeah, don't remember.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Yeah.
Another one. I don't know how it got to number 1.
I don't know. It was just popular.
I'm sorry. I like the actor, but I didn't like the movie.
Which actor?
Pulp Fiction. Ain't that with John Travolta and
Yeah. Uma Thurman.
yeah. No, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy from
Tarantino?
all these damn effing snakes
Oh,
under.
oh yeah.
Wasn't it him?
Yeah.
What was his
I
name?
got no words today.
Goodness gracious.
Samuel
L. Jackson. Thank you. I thought it was him, right?
He
Was
was
it
in
with the long hair? and
but Tarantino always has all these stars on his.
yeah,
you
but
know.
I didn't really like it.
You didn't like
I
it.
didn't
It
like
wasn't
it too
my
much.
favorite Tarantino, that's for sure.
Not enough to be number 1.
Maybe then, maybe in the 90s. But I feel like there was another.
Maybe they got a
movie,
lot of views.
Reservoir Dogs. I would have put that in there
Godfather.
as opposed to Pulp Fiction.
Maybe it's controversial at the time.
Maybe.
'Cause of the
Since
drug
well,
use?
well, not only that, because it had John Travolta, and John Travolta came out from Big Grease and all this.
He was very popular.
And
in the
he
90s.
and Samuel Jackson was getting popular as well. So maybe that's why. It was one of those movies that made a lot of money, but didn't make a lot
Pam
of sense.
Grier was in that? No, I'm thinking of Jackie Brown.
So I don't know. But in the 80s, the top
Yeah.
the top ones
Fiction.
I saw are number 1, definitely, probably not number 1, but maybe number 3, Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. That he
Yeah,
was a poor,
with,
that he was a poor guy. And he
what's
trade,
his name?
He traded places with that rich
Dan
guy.
Aykroyd?
Was it?
No. Was it Dan Aykroyd?
Oh, look, the girl from the Halloween was there. What's her name? Jamie Lee, right? That's
Jamie
Jamie Lee, right?
Curtis.
That's look at her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jamie
Yeah.
Lee. I even
So
forgot she
it
was on the
was-
movie.
Yeah.
I even forgot she was there.
Yeah.
Number 2, Heather.
Oh, the Heathers with
The Heathers. I didn't never seen that one.
with Winona Ryder
And-
and
Ain't that Sharon Doherty or whatever her name is?
is it Shannon Doherty? No.
No?
That's
Oh.
Winona Ryder.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a murder plot type of thing. You know.
Rich girls turn
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
All right. 3, Die Hard.
Die Hard was popular in the 80s.
Die Hard was it deserves to be in the
That
top
was
5.
a Christmas movie, wasn't it?
Well, everybody says it was a Christmas because it was done. It was a Christmas thing, but it's not a Christmas movie. We ain't giving presents out on this. You know what I'm saying?
Dying Hard.
Right?
Theater near you.
anywhere, right? Number 4, Drugstore Cowboy.
Never seen it.
I remember the cover. I remember some, but I don't remember ever watching it. It's one of those movies. I never watched it, and it was pretty good. If it's number 4, I don't know. I can't tell you, But number 5, School Days.
That was a very popular black film.
It was, and I don't remember it.
It's like they were in college, and
Ain't
you don't
that,
you don't see
Gina?
Yeah.
Ain't that Gina?
And I don't know. I feel like
Yeah,
some other
she would always
characters
be
in it.
Gina to me.
Yeah.
I don't know her real name. She stays Gina.
Tisha Campbell.
She says Gina to me. That's
Tisha
it.
Campbell.
Wesley Snipes is in
Young
there.
Wesley Snipes. And Lawrence Fishburne.
And Lauren, he's pretty famous too, but I just don't
that's,
remember his name.
Oh my God.
And they don't have the names here either.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Fishburne. Right there.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito
Yeah, he was good. Number 6, when Harry Met Sally.
was not my favorite movie.
I don't remember anything. The only thing I remember was her fake orgasm in the thing because it was all over the place.
That was such a popular movie.
I wasn't into drama. Number 7, Jumping Jack Flash.
What was that? When she was a cop?
Yeah, when Whoopi was normal. Right now, she's not. Her and all
She
the.
did some interesting movies in the 80s. Remember that one where she played the rich white dude?
Yeah. Oh my God,
That
she
was
did Jumping
cool.
Jack Flash, the white guy, Sister Act. All of them were
Oh my
pretty
God.
good.
Sister Act. Lauryn Hill was in the second
know.
one.
And of course, Color Purple.
Oh yeah, the color purple. Can't forget about
I
that.
put the whammy on you.
That's a granted.
You know what I'm saying? She did good, but now she's just out of it. So, everybody in the View. I don't like the View. Everybody
I
there
don't
is
care for
weird.
The View either. It's like,
I never even cared
what
for
are
it when
you
it first
talking
came out.
about?
When it first came out, now
I
they.
can't believe it's still on. I mean, I'm sorry for those of you who like The View, but when I look at the commercials, I'm like, you guys still doing this?
Well, it might not be on for too long because they're getting sued for $800 million
Why?
because they were bad mouthing the Secretary of the State. I mean the press lady. What's her name?
What's her name? The blonde?
Yeah. They were,
She's suing them?
and it's because what they said they were
Is
saying
it
that
libel?
she slept her way up and all this.
Okay, so they don't have any truth.
no facts. So you're
It's liable.
that's liable. So now you're getting
Slander.
slander, and now they're over there trying to call her and trying to apologize.
Yeah,
Too late
no,
now.
the show's
Now they
going
can't even
off.
hardly say that much.
Yeah.
So the producers might not be showing it that much.
Yeah,
But number 8,
it's a lot of money.
Dead Poet Society with Robert Williams. A good movie, but ask me what it was about.
So
All I know was
he was
they were
the
in school,
teacher.
right?
He was the teacher, and he was kind of like guiding them. But I don't remember what happened. He was like outspoken and showing them different things
Oh, okay.
of English. I don't know.
Right. I remember it was in class.
He was a good teacher. That's all.
And a different way of thinking.
Right.
Like that's what he was about.
Right.
And number 9, my favorite, was The Lost Boys. Come on. The best vampire movie out here. I think I've seen that pretty much as I've seen Karate
You know
Kid.
what's funny? I've never seen the whole thing.
Oh my God. Corey Feldman, Corey Haynes is in there too.
The two Corys.
Oh, the 2 Corys. And what's this guy's name?
The cute one?
The blonde one. What's his name?
Oh, Kiefer.
Kiefer Sutherland was on there.
I
He was
like
on
Kiefer.
there.
Yeah.
It was good. Especially when they found out all the punchlines that they threw. There was a punchline that bugged me out when they found out that the little kid was a vampire, the brother, the sister. He was like, "Oh my God, it's the blood sucking Brady Bunch." I was, and then his brother was a vampire, and oh my God, it was the
I gotta
track.
go back and watch it.
The track, doom doom, in the beginning, doom
The
doom.
soundtrack was good.
Yo, dun, you can hear it. I don't want to say it, Yeah. Cry, little sister. Oh man, I'm going back. Come on now. And they never did a second part, even though at the end the grandfather said, "This is what I hate: all the effing vampires in this country." So why you never did a second part?
Yeah.
And I still think the grandfather was a vampire. That little bottle he kept in the refrigerator, I think it was blood. Because he didn't want nobody in that refrigerator drinking those things. And he knew about vampires. He always wore shades and never really came out during the day.
Yeah.
Come on now. But don't mess up. I don't
was
want
a
no
good
rerun.
vampire.
I don't want a remix of The Lost Boys. Don't even do it.
They would remake the first one. You
Don't
know?
no. I don't want a remix.
Or make
Just
a messed
part
up
2.
sequel.
Part 2.
on
Part 1 was
Tubi.
great. Part 1. I don't even know why he's number 9. It should have been top 5. Should have been top 5. But number 10, Romancing the Stone. These two, Kurt Russell and
Elaine Wilder.
what was her name? Kurt Russell and Kurt Douglas. I'm sorry. And they don't say her name.
I think her name wasn't Elaine.
Sarah Bullock, right? No. Sarah
no.
Bullock wasn't in there.
Let me see. Let me see your picture. No, I think.
But it was a rip off of Indiana Jones, basically.
Yeah.
Romantic Indiana Jones.
Remember Crocodile Dundee?
Oh my God, that's not
That's
not
not
a
a
knife.
knife.
This is
That's
a
a
knife.
knife.
Yeah.
Crikey.
I'm telling you, when you get punts inside movies, you
They're
remember
timeless.
that for the rest of your life.
It's timeless.
They're
Like
timeless.
Indiana Jones and that little Asian character. Okay, Mr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Everybody
Dr.
remembers
Jones.
that.
As a matter of fact, he just made the movie Love Hurts. Check it out. It is good.
Who
it's
did?
A good, the little Chinese guy.
Really?
Yeah, he just made Love Hurts, and he's in that movie. He's a martial artist in the
Wasn't
movie.
he in Breakfast Club? I mean, not Breakfast Club. 16
Breakfast
Candles?
Club was another one that I was like, I don't know how you
He
get to the
wasn't
top
in 16 Candles?
10. Maybe.
You remember? Hey, what you saying? Oh, sexy girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
At the party, he got messed up and got
But-
that big white girl.
But those were some of the top 10s in the 80s, and I gave you the top 5 in the 90s movies. But there was so much more good movies that came out.
There's a lot of like hidden treasures.
Yeah, and I don't know how they managed, because remember,
Critics used to be big back then.
oh my God, who was the
Siskel and Ebert.
Yes, but they didn't like nothing.
No.
They never agreed on nothing. So, which it made it good. They were like the ones that said things but don't say nothing.
Right. It was hard to make the standards for them.
No
make
internet.
Them happy.
So you could not go tell a friend, don't go watch it. People used to go watch it, and some of the movies probably became top 5 because of that reason. They went to the thing. Oh, yo, don't tell me about it. Don't tell me about it. I'm going to go watch it next week. Well, since you don't want me to tell you it was no good, I'm not going to tell you. Now you go to the movie
Right,
and
waste
find
your
out.
money.
You know? And then you got to sneak into the next movie because you want to take that one off of your mind. That was just my excuse not to pay again. I remember those days.
Movie theaters used to be good.
Oh, man, the 2-for-1 movie theaters in Manhattan. Oh,
Even then, if they still kept the theaters with like some of the older movies, you could just go and see for a couple bucks. That'd be nice. They don't have a lot of them.
they had that in PA. We used to go in Reading, Pennsylvania for $2, and you can get to see the old movies. Some of the movies were done the year before. I mean, the year before it became famous. I mean, before it came off the air. Then you get to see it. Like, let's say if something happens this year.
Yeah.
Next year, you go can see it for $2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they gave movies in the 80s and from the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't do that anymore. I would
Ju-
still go
just for
to
the hell of it.
theater. I would go to the theater more if they showed old movies.
Drive-through.
There's very few drive-thrus.
And they still give movies from the 80s and 90s to
Yeah.
give you that feel.
Thank God.
That feel.
I would not want to see, I don't know,
Terminator or something on
Some
that little
new-
box.
Celebrity Housewives or something on the big screen. I don't know. I don't want to see
They
that.
had one drive-in movie theater. I don't know where it was. I just seen a video of it where they were smart enough to get a low broadcast FM radio station. So it's only in
gotta
that
tune
area,
in.
and you tune in on your radio to hear the screen.
Yeah.
Instead of
That's
having
how
that.
they normally.
No, they have that speaker in your window.
Oh.
But this movie theater
I've
was
only
smart.
been to the one where the little thing you're talking about.
Yeah, the little box.
Little radio.
Yeah, but this one did it on their radio system.
Yeah, that's
That
the
was
one I'm talking
kind of
about.
cool. But this one, you had to have a box, put it
Nah.
in your window, and then raise the window up. So now you're hearing it. People in the back talking, be like, "Yo, I can't hear." Well, why you being greedy with the speaker? You know what I'm
No.
saying? So, Well, and then plus they had the speakers outside where you can hear it. But it was good. We,
Yeah. Check out a drive-through if you guys can.
Yeah, if you have, who has drive-throughs or watching, please let us know.
Pennsylvania.
I know Pennsylvania still has
upstate, in the Catskill, you got.
They got to bring one over here, man.
Maybe New Jersey.
They got to bring one over here. Like I was telling Rhea, I was like, why they don't have one of these 60s, 50s, 60s diners?
Oh, diners?
Like
a lot of diners have been shutting down.
But I don't want you saying it's a 50 or 60.
Nostalgia, everything.
I want the bar stool to be yellow. I mean red.
The dress.
Yeah, the little
Like in Pulp Fiction.
What's that called? The dog dress. What they call the
Checkered.
No, they call it something poodle dog dress. Yeah. You know what that little
poodle skirt.
The poodle skirt.
Oh yeah,
Fluffy skirt, like a tutu.
Yeah. The bars are red. You know. You want soda? Psh, you got to pull the soda down like that. I want that
real malt.
60. Yeah, you know. That's it. Now I know the price is not going to be the 60s, but the menu's looking like the 60s. You know, the glass, the 60s. I want that. Like
Yeah.
When I walk in, I want to hear Monday, Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Jukebox in the corner.
No cell phones allowed.
No cell phones allowed.
You know somebody's gonna be on their social media with something or talking on a speakerphone.
Nope. But they have a similar one in Massachusetts, and they also sing. Like there's a time when you hear
okay.
Now all the staff gets up and they start singing and dancing and stuff like that.
Not just for birthdays, right?
No, it's just that's what they are. So there are some probably in Pennsylvania. They probably have some good diners
out there
where they even have in Pennsylvania the old train that is still and to this day there that is a diner.
Yeah,
it's a cool diner. So I was like, wow.
The train is the diner.
There's a diner in was it Harrisburg or Leona, where the pancakes. Remember we went to? The pancakes are like this big, no lie.
They good?
Yeah. The lady, I said, let me get 3 stacks. She started laughing. I was wondering why everybody laughing. My brother over there laughing. Yeah. My nephews are looking at me like, I want to see him finish this. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah. I eat 3 stacks of pancakes. So I'm good.
She really brought you 3?
Those 3 was like 6.
Yeah.
Because it was like 2 in 1.
Yeah.
It was big. But that diner had the old feel. It even had the little jukebox on your table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's nice.
That you flipping through them and you put the little quarter in.
And you can hear it at the table?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's back in the 60s. And I love those. And they have a roller skating one now in California, I think it is. The actual girls roller skate to you. So bringing back things like that, since you're bringing back 60s, why not bring back an 80 or 90 diner?
I think it's worthwhile. We don't have that type of service now.
Isn't that interesting that we always want to advance technology, but
right.
now we crave for some,
some else. Yeah.
Yeah, like take us
we
back.
We want advanced technology. We just don't want advanced
We don't
people.
want to advance everything. That's the thing. Like technology, yes, it makes life simpler.
Right. But don't what's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those days where the person had, nice, they were coming in. Hi, sir, can I take
talk to people?
Boom, you see the regulars sitting there with their coffee. And
you got to know them.
You want the same regular? Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the diners I like.
And then like certain smells, certain things gives you nostalgia. Like, I remember that.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, who had it? Woolworths had the diner downstairs. I'm going back.
He brought it back.
I'm going
back. He didn't say Sears. He said Woolworths.
Woolworths had a diner downstairs that when my mom got her little check, her monthly check, I used to go down there and get my little hamburger. Because and then we used to sit down and talk like a family.
Yeah. You couldn't get that meal anywhere else.
Cell phones, I tell you this much, cell phone damaged us sitting as a family.
Yes.
So that's why I want cell phones banned from these restaurants, from this type of restaurant.
Good luck with that.
I should go open up an 80s and 90s restaurant, right?
No cell phones.
But real quick, we only have a couple more minutes, so I'm going to hit the top 5 of cartoons. You want to read that list?
Okay.
Start from number 5, from the bottom.
Numero 5. X-Men.
The
animated series.
Come on.
I forgot about that. From 92 to 97.
They give the 97 right now. If you go to Walt Disney, not the it's the 2025, but it's called X-Men's 97.
Nice.
So,
That's
you
the
know,
one, those
come
are
on.
the X-Men I grew up on. Daria, 97 to 02. I didn't really like Daria, and it still comes on now.
What is that?
La,
Never
la,
heard of that
la,
cartoon.
La, la. It's like a. So you know, Beavis
Like
and
an
Butthead used to
educate-
come on MTV.
Education or
No, 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 no. It's like you know Daria with the. She's boring and
That's probably why I don't know. But she's
yeah, she
boring.
wears glasses and she's very monotone.
Nope.
All right,
No.
Batman, the animated series.
Oh my God.
I actually didn't watch that.
No, 92 to 99.
I watched the movies, Batman movies in the.
The animated.
first-
Check out the new one, Batman versus Ninja, Part 2. That one is good. Come on, Batman is. Superman and Batman has been gone out for years with their anime. A lot of people just don't know it.
Last two are my favorite. Family Guy in '99.
Never watched it.
Family Guy. This is when they started the ratings with Family Guy and of course #1 South Park. South Park, they started the mature ratings because parents were complaining about
Isn't
Mr.
that-
Hanky being a piece of doo-doo on TV and
well-
and people calling, talking about Jews. So it was really, that's when they started the ratings.
Well,
Yep.
if you think
That's
about
when
it,
they
trying to get
realized
that show off the
not
air.
all cartoons are for kids.
well, because
Family Guy,
cartoons
they
were
did take
supposed to
off
be
the
for
air.
kids. Cartoons were supposed to be for kids. So that's why when you see a cartoon, you think.
So
it's for
these were
kids.
the first mature cartoons. Family Guy, they actually took off the air twice.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the viewers, they brought it back on. And it's still on, but it sucks now. And same with South Park. South
And
Park's
then
not
look
the
at
same.
South Park is #1. The top
South
cartoon.
Park came before Family Guy. I can't believe
97.
those are on there.
Yeah. Well,
Those
I
two I
guess they
have
don't
not
consider-
seen.
They're not the same, though, now. They're not the same.
No, right? Listen.
Never seen either one of them.
Yeah.
Out of the list,
I watched all of them. And they're not the same.
out of the list, Batman and X-Men was my stuff.
Batman, X-Men.
Transformers. I don't even know why Transformers is not
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
TMNT. Why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah,
not there?
yeah.
Yep.
That.
It's probably in the top 10s, but I'm only got y'all
Teenage-
top 5.
Daria?
No,
Nobody who watched that.
Ninja Turtles should have been like these
They
5.
should have been,
and
been
X-Men
there.
#2. Family Guy maybe #3.
What about Captain Planet? I know people watch
Captain
that.
Planet was the thing,
It
but
wasn't my favorite, but
it was good. Captain Planet,
He's
he's
a
our
hero.
hero.
It was really
You know what I'm saying?
popular.
Come on now.
and the
Why you
Toxic
laughing?
Avenger-
Why you
Toxic-
laughing? Because we went back. We went back.
Toxic Avengers.
Yeah. Come on now. These are the things that you had to watch.
They
so.
were big on environmental stuff and
you-
toxic stuff
you know-
back in the 90s. Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were mutant because of the toxic goo.
Yeah. Toxic Avengers.
And
all
Toxic
the-
Avengers turned into mutants.
Listen.
And then Captain Planet wanted to save
overall,
everybody.
watch some of the 90s stuff, but this was not our list. Check us out this Saturday, and
Yeah.
next week, maybe we'll hit another, maybe we'll hit the 2000s. I don't know.
Maybe we just mix them all together.
Mix them all together. But check us out next week, and also I'll be signing books this Saturday. Check that out. We'll be here having fun. But again,
Check us out.
keep on the blast from the past and enjoy. This
Be
is the
sure to
LDM
let
Show.
us know what you like.
Yes.
Stay beautiful.